That chart, Frame for the Blues, brings back a lot of memories for me. I'll tell you a little story about how I got on the band, on Maynard's band. And I sound like, Jesus Christ, Anyway, I was living in Miami, Florida, and I had just graduated from the University of Miami, and I'd got my master's degree in jazz studies down there, and I was working on Miami Beach. I was in house bands, you know, working for people like Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett and Bob Hope and, you know, all the big entertainers at that particular time. And I had been doing that for a long time, and after getting my degree, I was thinking about, well, I'm already working gigs, I'm already making some records and things, and, you know, what would I like to do? And one of the things that came up, you know, in my mind was I had already previously turned down a couple of offers to go on the road while I was in school. And the funny thing is about 2 weeks after I graduated, I got a phone call on a Monday night. And what was really interesting about the phone call was on the Sunday, the day before, I had actually seen this Maynard Ferguson special called From the Top. It was from Rochester, New York. There was a place up there, and all the big bands played up there. And, you know, and I remember seeing this thing, and they were playing, you know, MacArthur Park, and, you know, all of these pop tunes and all of that. And at that particular time, I was really into, you know, Wayne Shorter and Miles Davis, and, you know, a little bit more, not contemporary, but a little bit more hardcore kind of things. And I was thinking, boy, I don't know if I like playing that music. So the next night, I get a call, and as it turns out, there was a drummer down in Miami. His name is Danny Gottlieb. Anybody know that name, Danny Gottlieb?
Yeah.
Played with Pat Metheny, played with lots and lots of people. Well, anyway, Danny was the drummer with the University of Miami Jazz Band, and he had sent Maynard's office a tape of the Miami Jazz Band. In case they ever needed a drummer, they could get to hear him play, you know, which is the way things were done. They were usually done by recommendation or by, you know, sending in audition tapes, that kind of thing. And so unbeknownst to me, they didn't need a drummer at that particular time, but the tenor player had just left on the band. And so they had just heard me on this tape that Danny had sent, and they said, well, why don't we give that guy a try? And so I got this call on Monday night if I could be in New York Tuesday night and start rehearsing on Wednesday morning for a tour that was starting on Thursday. So, and, you know, like I said, I'd gone through watching this thing, and I wasn't really sure if that's really what I wanted to do. Though I had an itch to travel, and at that particular time I was single, so it was, you know, it seemed like the right kind of opportunity. And I make a long story short, I wound up calling him back and saying, yeah, I'll be happy to do it. So last minute I had to make some arrangements, get out of some gigs that I had and all of that, and flew to New York on Tuesday night. Met the band Wednesday morning. This was at the Paramount Hotel in New York City, 46th Street, I believe, between 7th and 8th Avenue. And there were a lot of new people on the band at that time. Maynard's English band had just broken up. And so there, you know, a lot of really good musicians. And we started to rehearse, and I'm thinking, damn, this sounds good. You know, it was really nice. At that time, Maynard had 3 saxophones. He had a tenor, an alto, and a baritone. And it wound up for me, it was very fortunate for me because there was a lot of stuff on the tenor chair. So I had ballad features, and I had, you know, bebop burners, and you know, some funk things, and Frame for the Blues, and all kinds of other features and stuff. So I was like a jack-in-a-box in my chair. We opened the tour on Thursday in Baltimore. We drove from New York to Baltimore on Thursday night. and we played a club there. And things went really, really well. The club was packed, everybody was enthusiastic, Maynard was happy. The next day, we wound up going to New York, and this is my second day on the band. We played the Newport Jazz Festival at Carnegie Hall. Opening for us was Bill Watrous and his Manhattan Wildlife Refuge, or Refuse band. So, you know, second day on the band, I'm playing Carnegie Hall, I'm playing the Newport Jazz Festival. It's fantastic. The next night, we went to Atlantic City and we played opposite Stan Kenton's band and Buddy Rich's band. You know, and so here all of a sudden, you know, we're playing in front of thousands of people. And man, it was a lot of fun. Not to mention all the perks that went along with it. And you know, so pretty much I got hooked. You know, Maynard was an incredible human being. The best boss I ever had, by far. His only interest was in keeping the band happy and just having fun. You know, after seeing people like Buddy Rich and drunk Stan Kenton and all of that, you know, it was an absolute pleasure to play on that band. I stayed with them for 3 years, became a musical director, and being on that band led to a lot of incredible things that happened to me. So I owe him a tremendous debt of gratitude for getting me the hell out of Miami. Number one, because it was too goddamn hot. And secondly, because I was able to see the world, traveled all over the world. And like I said, he made it a ball to be out there. So rest in peace, my man. And we're still paying tribute to you, and we'll be doing that for the next 100 years or so. So anyway, so it's a pleasure to be here and, you know, revisit some of this material. And what's up, boss?
Yeah. Yeah. Are we doing the solo? Is he just playing with Brittany or?
I mean, once we get to the solo section, if you want to take this whenever you're done.
Let's just do what's written twice.
Okay, here we go. This is an original composition by Raphael Crawford, and this one is Mr. Mark Colby, and we're going to get a little more, I don't know, what do you call it? Temporary?
Original arrangement?
Yeah, original arrangement. What did I say? I don't know. More artsy. So this is Raphael, and he's going to count it off. I can hear him going like that, right? He's going to shut up right now. All right, go ahead, Raphael. Let's go.
Good?
Yeah, no, that's good. Nardis.